Lights, camera,
Rolling.
action.
Welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals, a place where secrets are spilled, stories unfold, and the mysterious world of verticals is revealed in all its glory. Behind the scenes, oh yes. Exclusive insights, absolutely. Eccentric characters, you bet. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something suspiciously strong, and prepare for a conversation you didn't know you needed. So welcome to the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. And now, let's talk. Hello and welcome to my podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. Today with another recap version of October. You all wait for this one. I know it because I got so many messages after the last one. Thanks for that. And so the ladies are back and we will talk about October and it's Halloween time. So we will make a special segment in it and give you some advices for some really nice vampire werewolf stuff. So the ladies are back and I say hello to Aline from I Love Verticals. Hello to Caitlin from Verticate. Hello to Dahlia from Vertical Film Lovers. Hello to Megan from Real Drama. And hello to Shika from Vertical View Weekly. Hi, ladies. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good.
How is your
Excited.
October so far? Are you in the Halloween mood?
I think this whole year has been Halloween year. Scary.
How is it in India? Does India
It's
celebrate
Diwali.
Halloween? No.
And we had Diwali here. It is our religious festival, and we start our Hindu New Year the next day of Diwali. We light crackers. We pray to the goddess
Okay.
of wealth. So everything was nice during those days, but I've been busy, quite busy. So it was nice celebrating back in India with family and friends.
So what about the other ladies? Halloween costumes ready and in the Halloween mood for trick or treat?
Oh, I am going to be in LA actually during Halloween, which will be really fun, but it'll be my first time not like handing out candy and going trick-or-treating with kids. I've been doing Halloween night in the traditional sense for 23 years. And this will be like my first adult Halloween, which I have no
Adult
idea
Halloween.
what does that even mean? I mean, like in my mind, Halloween is for kids. It really is. And so sometimes I'm like I'm not, what am I going to do? Actually, I have the Game of Choice premiere is on Halloween night. So I will be
Oh, that's nice.
I'll be at the Game of Choice premiere, which will be really, really
With a
fun.
costume?
I don't know if I'm going to do a costume. At first, I thought about getting like has anyone watched Game of Choice? The
Yeah.
like bright orange jumpsuit with like the,
Yeah,
like
a
getting,
number.
like
A number.
a number and like, but then I was like, that's a little bit too on the nose, but I won't be in costume.
Why not?
I don't know. Costumes are for kids.
Yeah, but an orange color isn't so many thing of costume, isn't it? No? Okay.
Ask Kelsey. You never know.
I already
Maybe they have a
did.
theme.
I already asked Kelsey what I should wear, and she said, "Wear whatever you want, girl." And I'm like, "Okay."
Thanks for your help.
Like, could we be a little bit more like, what are you wearing? Like, I don't want to upstage her. I mean, she's the lead, but still,
Yeah.
So
You have a few days left to think about it.
I have to pack, and yes, I do. Yeah, but
Caitlin, what about you and Halloween? Are you Halloween moody?
I don't dress up. I actually, oddly enough, dress my dogs up. Yeah, I dress my dogs up and then we go over because I live in a very rural area of New York, in upstate New York. So I end up going over to my parents' place with the dogs and seeing trick-or-treaters that way. So it's nice. They
Nice.
get to spend some family time. Everybody loves the dogs being dressed up, and for the most part, they do. One of the dogs isn't too thrilled about it, but she's happy as long as she gets extra treats from my father. My father spoils my dog, so everybody ends up happy.
that's
That's
nice.
good. What about Canada, Eileen? Canada and Halloween?
Well, the streets are starting to be decorated already. Like my neighbor put some stuff. Like my area in Montreal, like it's not the most, like I would say it's not the best one for Halloween. We have one at work also, so I will go like dressed up with a Stitch Kigurumi and work one day in pajamas. That will be amazing. So that's more or less my plan. Like I don't really do anything for Halloween. Sometimes with friends we just go on the street and just watch all the decoration because there are some places that are really really nice. But other than this, it's pretty much normal. Like I'm not really used to celebrate Halloween. Like in France we don't really do it.
Europe,
Like we just
Europe don't celebrate Halloween.
yeah, like we were just going for like some candies and stuff, but not everyone had candy anyway when I was a kid. Like it was not a common stuff. A little bit more now.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's cold, so usually I stay in.
I switch Halloween. I start Christmas bakery next weekend instead of Halloween. I make treats in a cookie stuff
that.
way.
I start
Kayla,
decorating.
in Europe, do
Oh.
they do anything for like it's what is it, night of trickery the night before or All
No.
Hallows Eve?
No. You know, as I told, in Germany we have Carnival in February where all the people get costumed, but in a traditional way with some saga witches, and there are some big parades and stuff like that. With this, you know, something came over from America of this Halloween stuff. You see some small kids wandering around, you see that, but you don't see some kind of decorations in the house or outside the houses and stuff like that. It's like a normal day here for everyone, especially, yeah, some parents are trying to do a bit trick or treat, but it's not really common. And you know, the Germans are a bit too old fashioned for that new stuff. We love it more traditional. And we got the first snow 2 days ago, and we switched back 1 hour, so we are in the winter mood now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm starting Christmas bakery and switch to Halloween.
I start decorating Christmas trees usually because I do my whole house becomes a Christmas wonderland at Christmas.
Are you that type of person I see often in stories with the 5,000 lights outside of the house and the light parade show really?
Not outside the house, no, but inside I usually do 8 to 12 Christmas trees that I decorate.
8
All
to
different
12?
themes.
How big is your house?
It's pretty big. You can fit Christmas trees anywhere, you guys. Don't even tell me you don't have space. I know you have space.
I don't have space for a Christmas. In my house, you won't find a Christmas tree.
I will find space for you, and we'll get you a skinny little tree.
I will make you a room tour, okay, through my house, and then you have to be a Christmas influencer and say, listen, Michaela, I made you a plan. You can put it there and there and there.
I do. I did it. When I did interior design, I decorated Christmas trees for people. And I did their banisters, and I did all that. It was crazy busy. I didn't love.
So when we will do the Christmas special edition recap, we made a special segment, special Christmas decoration tips for Megan.
Yes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll walk through my house.
We will do that.
I don't have tree, but I made like in crochet a little gnome for Christmas. So I have this for kind of my Christmas tree because we don't have tree in my apartment.
Oh, yeah. I can find a place for it. You need a pencil tree.
Megan find everywhere a place, even if it's in the toilet. It doesn't matter.
I'm not that extreme, but I
can
do.
put the
Anyway,
small
I'll show you guys when we
pine
get there.
Christmas air fresheners in the toilet.
I love that.
With a Christmas smell, a cookie smell in it.
I actually love Diwali because because I love that you guys are celebrating it. It's so important to you. But also, the cute gnome. But I love all the lights. Around here, we have a huge Indian population. And tons of people are already putting their lights out really early, and it makes me so happy. I'm like, can I put on my Christmas lights yet? I'm like, it's so excited.
The electricity costs are so worse in Germany right now. that it's so expensive to get electricity. If I would put lights up, no, it really, it's so shitty that the prices went so
That's too bad.
up. Yeah. I love the small lights, not the colorful lights, the small
Yeah, the
warm.
twinkling
The
ones.
small,
Yeah.
warm, like little
Yeah.
twinkle lights. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
love them.
Yeah.
But right now
Sorry.
we're in the Halloween mood, not in the Christmas
Yes,
mood
not
already,
Christmas
and
mood.
we want to talk about October. So, how was your October? We had a lot of recently new shows dropped, some hyped shows and some shows we were awaiting. For example, last recap we talked at the end about the outcoming of Game of Choice. Who saw this one, and what's your opinions about it?
I
I can start.
seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, we're open to talk about.
Who else has?
Aline,
I
you
have.
saw it.
Yeah, I watched it. Like I watched it pretty early because I didn't want any spoiler or anything. So it was more or less what I expected. So I was not disappointed. It's obviously different from all the romance and and the cute stuff, obviously. But it worked really well. I was really surprised because we know that verticals are low budget and
Yeah.
like this require a lot because like just the location they filmed in, everything. I'm pretty sure it costs more than most vertical that are around. So that's maybe why we don't have that kind of vertical that much because you need to have the money for that. But I won't say too much since not everyone saw it, but
Thank
just
you.
from what I saw, one thing that I really like because we knew it would be kind of Squid Game stuff, like it
Yeah.
looked like it when they put pictures, and that's what you see. Like you see the influence when you watch it. But having Felix playing Lafayette in it really brings something more than what we have in Squid Game. And that's what I really loved. Like Felix was really creepy. Like he really
Yeah.
scared.
I
It,
believe
it
that.
was like he's actually my performance of the month because I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
really,
He nailed
was-
this role
he
absolutely.
was amazing in it. Like
It was kind
really,
of Joker
oh, wow.
feeling. So
Yeah.
with his smile always and his he catch me really.
Yeah.
I had so little nightmares of him when I was walking with my dog outside and I was
Yeah, you're
hopefully
like,
not
don't
feeling
watch
fear.
it before going to sleep because you will have nightmares.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the review I'm still trying to work on. I literally watched it the night it came out, and it took me forever to get through because I had to stop multiple times because I have never watched the Squid Games. The closest I've got to it is like Hunger Games, and this makes the Hunger Games look like a children's story. It was insane. So I had to stop multiple times. But in regards to Felix, I 100% agree. He deserves like a legit Emmy for that performance. But the way I describe it in my interview or in my review that I'm almost done with is if you think about Heath Ledger's Joker mixed with Caesar from the Hunger Games, because you have that kind of crazy Joker feel that's again, not trying to give too much away, but having a evilish, devilish playfulness, but also kind of a pompous sort of a feel, host type feel that you get from the character Caesar in the Hunger Games. So it's a really interesting sort of combination that really does scare you, but at the same time, it's very captivating. And even though you're scared, you keep getting drawn in by how he does his performance. You can't help but okay, I'm totally entranced. I gotta keep watching even though I'm scared, So
I was so
cool.
surprised that he could be so evil.
And
He
did
is
you
such a
notice he
great
totally
actor.
got down? Like the evil
holy.
smile was just
Yes.
like
This-
it was so creepy.
Yes.
Like, it just he didn't even have
Again,
to say
don't watch it
anything.
before
It
going
was
to
all-
sleep.
it
You
was
will
all
have
the
nightmare of
smile in
him.
the eyes.
Yeah, only his view and the smile, and I got goosebumps. So okay, stay away. Keep it now.
Well, did
It
anyone
was
watch did
What?
anyone watch Dungeons of Ecstasy?
I
Because
did. You
he
could
Yeah.
at the
see a
very
bit
end,
of
I
it.
mean, I swear
Yes.
he is, and then he did the Summer I Turned Bad. Like he is seriously probably the best
Best, yeah.
vertical actor. I mean, his range and at the very end of Dungeons of Ecstasy, at the very end in the fence,
Yes.
he has
Yes.
that big creepy smile.
Yes.
And
I was
it's
just
like,
coming to
Honestly,
and so
that.
I
it's his
felt
name.
So the
Yes.
creepy smile award of this month goes definitely to
Yes,
Felix.
Felix. Yes.
yeah, I've seen both, and I have to say, I think his performance in Game of Chance is a completely different level than Dungeons of
Oh,
Ecstasy.
well, he
I
wasn't.
love Dungeons of Ecstasy,
Yeah.
but
I think
this
there
one
was
was
just
a
a hint of that performance
Yeah.
in Dungeons.
I think he was supposed to be like we don't know where he's going in Dungeons of Ecstasy. Like
Yeah.
he seems like he's the good guy, but in the end he's not, you know, and so that's
Mm.
kind of that's the play on him. But you can see how number two could turn into him channeling that like that
Yeah.
energy. Yeah.
Right.
And
That
we
smile at
spoke
the end was crazy.
and we spoke last time about a lot of violence in verticals. To be
Yes.
honest, I was a bit shocked how full of violence Game of Choice is. I didn't expect it so full of violence, but in this show, it totally
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because it fits with the vibe of the vertical.
Absolutely.
The violence
Well,
that we always criticize, it's when it's super romantic stuff and then they use like a toxic guy to turn him into someone romantic, which is not. So that's the problem. In Game of Choice, they're all evil. Like the evil people are
all
supposed to
evil.
be evil. We know that, and they are not glamorized. Like, oh, it's super. Like, no one would
Yeah.
want to date Lafayette. I mean, you would be crazy if you want that.
Yeah, you
So
kind of
that's
know
the-
what you're getting into. You know?
Exactly, that's the big difference for me. When I watch a horror movie or something with a serial killer or whatever, I know that it's not supposed to be romantic because that's the whole
yes.
point of it. But when I watch a cute or something that's supposed to be cute romance, I don't expect it to become violent. So that's the huge difference
Yeah.
for me. And Game of Thrones, we knew it would be violent because it was teased like that. Like, it's not new, you know, like you're not shocked, oh my God, they're killing people. No, you expected it. So,
Yeah. But to be honest, I was a bit sad that a Jackson Tiller has to die.
Spoiler.
I heard
Spoiler.
about that.
I
No.
think we
About
knew
that.
that, but
No,
I was
the
gonna
thing
say,
is,
don't give away too much, because man, that ending is fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't tell me too much.
No,
or
no,
the fans. We want people to.
no, I don't want to spoil anything, but that was one thing I was a bit so, this cutie of
Yeah, but-
Jackson Tiller.
it arrives super early in the story, so it's kind
Yeah.
of like it's before paywall anyway, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
interesting.
before it's
Okay.
before the paywall. The paywall
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. We're always talking about the paywall. So
The paywall. The paywall.
what was another actor or actress that catched you this month? I mean, we are all totally agree that Felix Mierbeck was a really great
Yeah.
one this month. Which actor you liked this month also?
In a complete different way. It was not released this month, but I watched it this month. Ali Badalov in Taming the Heiress.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
I
was
said
very
last
different
month,
from the
yeah.
but finally I watched it. Yes. I'm trying to catch up with all I have to watch. But yeah, I was really surprised somehow because it's different from the Ishauser roles, and I really liked it. And I've watched a few stuff that were not released this month, so actually I have like some old ones, not really old, but some older than others. But female, I have to say, I've watched Find You a Heart Thief, that was originally on Dreamy Short, but now it's been released on other platform like Drama Pop and Drama Box, so I could finally see it because like I don't have any sub in Dreamy Short. With Mark Vega and Faith Orta. Faith was really, really great in this one. Like, she's always super good with all the comedy vibe, like a little bit crazy comedy stuff, and she's really good in this. And her pairing with Mark Vega is always great. But I really like this one. It was super fun to watch. So it's one of my favorite this month, even though I know it was released like pretty long time ago. But I could finally watch it because it's now multi-platform. So yay!
Mm. Yeah, but I got catched up with also a few older ones because I finally got offered a membership on Carlos TV. So I book and I go back to the verticals with how to train an alpha and stuff like that. So these are very old, but it was the first time that I could watch it because I get on a membership lately, but the actor I liked this month, we spoke last month, you, Caitlin, spoke about the verticals of Luke Charles Stafford, and the new one got released, The Begging King Returns. And in this combination with Samantha, I have to say Samantha Drews again. Last month I talked about her in You Are My Destiny, how fascinated it was to see her as a blind woman acting, and the acting of Luke Charles Stafford and Samantha Drews together in The Begging King Returns was for me so really powerful and great together, and even this power couple in a way, so on the same level, no dominant one, and they both nailed their roles so fully with the sign language speaking, and I love that one. So Luke Charles got back from two creepy verticals to a nice one, and I was really happy about this one and the role he played in. Yeah, I really like that.
I am probably one of Luke's biggest fans and have been since I started. And I was telling some of my other friends, I said, look, I really have struggled to watch a lot of Luke's. The past three, I think for me have been flops. I really I didn't like him. I didn't care for him. I know he's trying to branch out a little bit and do different roles and more challenging roles. And his last three before Beggar King have just, in my opinion, flopped. I know not everybody agrees with that, but the fact, for example, his, and I can't even remember the name of it, the best friend one.
Yes.
A lot of people
No.
loved that one. I'll be honest. I fell asleep four different times watching that one. I found it
Did not
incredibly.
finish.
Caitlin,
Yeah,
that was my flop. That was my flop of the month. Was the best friend. Like I expected so much, and it just totally fell flat.
It was boring and very predictable. Like there was nothing, no element of different to me than a lot of other verticals. I love romance verticals, but there's got to be at least a little action in there or something to excite me, whether it's the romance, a hero moment, or whatever. And I didn't feel like it was there. So when Beggar King came out, I was blown away by, like you said, Michaela, the chemistry was amazing.
Absolutely.
And then what was really special for me is I actually have a personal connection. So my brother is blind and autistic and has been since birth. So whenever I watch some of these blind verticals, I'm always a little nervous when I start them because I'm the type of person that, for example, the survey that Vertical Drama Love put out, I did it last night. And one of the things I expressed is she was asking about representation, particularly with disabilities and verticals. And part of my response is I'm always apprehensive because it is not enough just to have a particular group, whether it's disabilities or whatever, represented in verticals. It has to be respectful and well done. And these companies are for money. So not all of them are going to treat representation with disabilities or whatever with respect. And that's what I really appreciated about this vertical is the way Samantha Drews did the hearing impaired, the sign language. Both her and Luke did an amazing job. When she did the story where she was blind, that was incredibly respectful. And true and done in a way that it wasn't demeaning just for the sake of representation. So I think this movie is game changer in that sense that we're seeing a disability represented, but represented respectfully and well
Yeah.
amongst
And
multiple
it's not
characters.
and it's not just like a plot tool, like they're pretending that they're in a wheelchair or and I just watched the Scarred Mafia Boss with Ryan, the blind wife, but her dad made her pretend to still be blind so she could
Yes.
be a pawn.
Correct.
You know, so it's not like I totally get what you're saying, Caitlin, because like I do feel like sometimes they'll prolong it for their own gain, or like the plot will drag it on too long, and it's just all for plot device and for shock and awe. It's not for true representation. So yeah,
Correct.
that's really good to know about. So she never gets her hearing back in this one, correct? I haven't watched that one yet. But
Correct. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke, well, so both of them have, I guess I should rephrase it. So both of them throughout the movie have hearing. They're both kind of,
They
I
can't
guess I
talk,
would
they
call
can't
it
speak.
mute, but I would kind of hesitate to call it mute. But
Oh yeah.
Luke has
you
a
know,
trauma.
so Samantha's kind of, so Samantha's truly mute. Like, I don't want to give away too much for those that haven't
Yeah, it's
watched it.
okay.
So
Yeah.
she's mute, and then Luke, and because it's in the commercials, he eventually gets his voice back.
Okay.
Luke, yeah.
So he's
Luke
able to
has it
talk. But
back.
like I said, again, all of this, the sign language, it's all, like I said, it's all done in such a respectful manner, and I think that's that with the chemistry and a good storyline that had. I don't think it had any slaps in it. I mean, you had
I
family
think
members
one
that
or
maybe
two when the
I was
stepmom
gonna
is
say,
slapping her, but it's not.
yeah, it
Or-
doesn't have the typical vertical toxicity to the
No, no.
storyline, which was great. So when you combine those three, the low to near zero toxic elements, the chemistry between Luke and Samantha, and then just the respectfulness of using the disability in the storyline, or
I
the
love the
representation.
BTS. I saw a few BTS about shooting this vertical, and you saw Samantha sitting in a chair and
Yes.
training the sign language. So she was totally in this role, and she wants to nail it. You see it. She wants to be respectful to all people using the sign language. So she trained it really, really well, that she is not doing it in any wrong way, because we all know there are a lot of verticals where some actions in the hospital are so silly and unbelievable because not realistic, and so she wanted to nail this one and be respectful to all the people who use sign language, and you saw that totally in the BTS.
And I had some friends who work with the hearing impaired, because like I said, my brother's blind, so I know a lot of the disabled community, handicap community, and she watched it and she said actually the sign language is actually pretty accurate, and you don't find that with a lot of verticals that, like, there's not a lot of verticals that use sign language, but even then a lot of, we'll say, out of the entertainment industry, they kind of like abbreviate some of the sign language, so it's not all there, or it doesn't flow well, or it doesn't make sense, or sometimes it's just plain crappy. But she said this one actually was really accurate. So the fact that both of them could learn it and do it well enough to pull it off to where for the hearing impaired community it makes sense, and the dialogue of the sign language flows. I mean, that's huge. That's huge.
Absolutely.
And then just brief kudos to Luke for also learning Mandarin, and what was the other language? He learned another language.
Arabian.
So yeah, and
it was Arabian because the
was
other
it
one was
Arabian?
from Morocco. Yeah.
That was it sounded amazing.
So
and
for
authentic.
him, it's a great comeback this month.
It is. It absolutely
I'd
is.
like to add for Luke, now that we're talking about him, I think it was accidentally married to my best friend. I think it also depends on the mood you're watching in. So the day I watched it, I liked it and I put it in my verticals of the week. I watched it on the day when I was too tired, too irritated. So I just needed something, something playing in the background which I know
Mm-hmm.
everything about. I have a complete predictability. It is not something that is going to shock me. It is just going to be there as white noise. So that's why I liked it. I it had gaps, obvious gaps and faults, which could be it could have been so much better. The chemistry was amazing, but it fell flat. But on that particular day, the mood I was in, it was a perfect watch for me. So I quite liked it.
So, which actor did you like this month?
I
Shika?
think actor for me is Ben Kigley. He was in the Good Shot drama I've been talking about lately. Obsessed with being his prey. Oh my God, I have never seen a vampire so good in verticals. Telling you, everybody needs to watch this. He has this demeanor, he has this accent going on. He puts in some idiosyncrasies. He talks in a certain way that it makes you feel that yes, he is a vampire. I mean, he cannot be anything else. He cannot be human. He is supernatural, and he was so good in it. I just loved this. I just loved him. And for the female, I think I have two. It's Emily Gately and Daughters Dying, and He's Still Lying. I mean, the whole vertical was crap, but her
Yeah,
acting was it moved.
totally agree. That's my crap vertical of the month.
Yes, it
But
was
she
crap,
was really
utter
good.
crap.
But
She
she
was
was
really good.
really good in it.
Yes, yes. And the next is Tess Amelia for Office Girl. I just
Yes.
love her. I can't get enough of her. This side of Verticals, where she is not in an age gap romance or she's not seducing a professor or dad's friend. I just like looking at this side of her. She was too
Yeah.
good in that. And with Aaron Oberst, if we remember, Caitlin discussed about Aaron Oberst last month, and he
Yeah.
showed why he's the rising star this month. He was too good. Both of them were great in that.
So, Dahlia, what were your favorite couple or favorite two actors?
Well, my favorite this month was Elijah Van Zatten, but I did a
Oh,
huge
no.
deep dive review on Love is Sweet Torture, which was it blew me away. But
Okay.
I also have
Which platform was it?
that was Drama Wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drama Wave. It was BDSM, but it was also a lot more of being able to keep control. It was it had an underlying theme of being able to keep control, and it wasn't so much about controlling someone else, but surrendering yourself to someone.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it was for me, it was very interesting to see his dynamic with Luna Serenova. But his performance for me was off the charts. I have others that did great as well. It was very difficult for me to pick, but my favorite male lead was Elijah Van Zatten, and female lead is Faith Orta because I just absolutely love her. And Luna Graced, the latest werewolf vertical on Candy Jar,
Mm-hmm.
is off the chains fantastic
So
with Nick
good.
Puya. Off the chains fantastic. If you haven't
Megan?
seen it or don't have Candy Jar, try and figure out how to see it because it is
Yeah, I
fantastic.
haven't watched it yet.
It's
The newest
so
werewolf
so
one.
It
good.
literally came out, I think, yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
I
2 days
like
ago stuff, yeah.
I'm gonna highlight it for Werewolf Week because it like I made a whole for Werewolf Week, I made my own like how I rank werewolf
Mm-hmm.
verticals and I like spelled out like everything that's important to me in a werewolf vertical and this one hit them all. Like they like made up new lore, but it totally works. It was amazing. It was such a
And you
great.
were demanding in the last recap on the end, please, my werewolf from the candy jar. And there you got
I
it.
know. There we go. I know. Like 2 days before Werewolf Week, I think it was. I mean, do you know how many people messaged me that vertical when it came out? They're like, Werewolf Week is coming. Like, you have to watch this one. I'm like, I'm on it. I'm on it. So it was so good. It was so good.
it
It's
was
the
fantastic.
German company, you know.
I know. What are you going to do? And that they're based
Just
on
kidding.
books that have been fleshed out
Yeah.
and people love. That's what I love about
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's your favorite actor and actress, Megan?
So my favorite actress this month is Tess. Like Shika was saying, I loved Office Girl. I think anything Tess is in, I'm watching. Like so, and she was also in after affair, I slept with my best friend. My
Yes.
best friend's my ex's best friend. I think that was it. I wrote it down wrong. After his affair, this is a long title. I slept with his best friend. So, anyway, it's a
Platform?
great
Which
title.
platform?
I can't remember. I don't have the platform written
Okay.
down. Sorry.
No
But
problem.
she was amazing in it. And that one was with Casey Esser. And he was great in it too. And so like I feel like Tess just really she just always brings it. She always brings it. And Office Girl was next level. I gave that one my real recommended drama recommended seal, like my little seal, which means I mean there's only 23 now with a seal. So of all the verticals I've watched, like
So
yeah.
she could be honored.
Yes, she was honored with the seal. Everyone who gets the seal, I make sure they know how important it is to everyone, not just me, but everyone should be honored. I'm just teasing. But like, yeah, I mean, it was really, I thought she was fantastic. She broke the fourth wall in it. It was supposed to be, it's a comedy, actually. It's really
Yes.
fun. It's really cute. But Erin's role is just fantastic. So that's my favorite actress is definitely Tess this month. And then I also have to say Emma Almeida in Blind Wife and This Scarred Mafia Boss
Yeah,
she was
that was great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And that was such a well-written female role. I was just absolutely like blown away by how well she did, but then how well written that female role was finally, especially in a mafia one. It was so well done. So those are my two females. My favorite male, of course, is Gio. And conflict of interest. Conflict of interest didn't get a lot of traction. It wasn't his most complex vertical he's ever done, but he's just great. So, but I also really loved Luca Pietro this month in a couple of the werewolf verticals that he did. He's just such a dynamic. I love him. Like anything he does. Like if he's the villain, he's great. I mean, he's just such a great
My,
actor.
how things have changed since last month.
From what?
Last
Oh.
month you were like, oh, I'm not really sure about Luca.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen him in like a lead role in a long time. And then like watching
Then all of a
the
sudden after Verticon you started watching and watching and watching, and all of a sudden
Well-
it's like, wow, I really like Luca Pietro.
well, I think it's because I needed to like watch a bunch of werewolf ones to get ready for Werewolf Week. And so
Yeah,
all
not-
last month I've been
Yeah.
watching all the werewolf ones. And he's a great actor. He's great.
And not every role fits for Luca. Let's get back to the volleyball
No.
stuff shit. That's not good for Luca, this role. Sorry.
He happens to have come out with like what 5 or 6 in the last month.
Yeah,
He's done
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot. And his one on Candy Jar was amazing too. But that was
Absolutely.
Domino Page. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, like
I love that.
he's
Yeah.
it does take the right role for me to really
Mm-hmm.
like see them in their light. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just gonna fall in love with him if he plays a villain all the time. Like I'm sorry, but I can't like I mean there are some actresses and actors that play amazing villains and that's kind of what they're typecast as and you can see it, but sometimes it just that isn't I've got to see the dimension. I've got to see their nuance that they can do it all, you know? So yeah, so maybe that's where I've come around to Luca Pietro. I wanted to interview him and he never got back to me. And I was like, Luca, you
It
took a
was his
selfie with me.
birthday lately,
We are now
so he's super
bonded for
busy.
life. Yeah, he's busy with his birthday. All those October birthday girls and boys. There's so many of us.
Aline, did I ask you about your male one?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I'm
Fine.
I talked with so many people lately and I'm a bit over where I asked what. So
You're like, who have I asked what? Oh gosh, I can only imagine.
a bit, yeah, doesn't matter. So what was a vertical you watched, you thought, okay, nice one, but I had expect more of it?
I have one that the story, like if you read the plot, it sounds interesting, but the post editing completely ruined the story and everything. So the name now is Nanny and Billionaire, my 60 years old romance, but it's not the original title because when it was released, the name was First Triplet at 50 with the CEO, which actually makes no sense because there's no
Also the
triplet in the
soup.
story.
There's no triplet. Classic.
There's not. So it makes absolutely no sense. So they changed the title, which is better, even though it's still. But anyway,
Terrible.
but the thing is with this one, the romance is super cute, and honestly, the cast did a great job. But the way they edited the vertical was completely shit. First of all, the sound, they didn't record it properly because sometimes we could barely hear the actors. And they put the music so loud that if you don't read the subtitle, you cannot know what they're saying. And the main issue is that the subtitle does not always match exactly what they're saying on screen. So if you read the subtitle because you cannot hear them, it does not really always make sense because the subtitles are wrong. And sometimes you can hear that they change what the actor was saying. Like, I don't know if it's AI, probably, but you can see that the lip sync it doesn't match what you hear. And it's
Okay.
obvious. So they clearly changed some stuff and made them say something different. But again, for me in this one, the problem is not the story itself because it's a cute midlife romance stuff. It could like the story just for the main couple could be good. Also, you have like the kids that are grown-ups, and it always adds something different from the very young kids usually, so it's nice. But I don't know, they completely messed up with the editing on this one, and I felt super bad for the actors because I know that they can do way much better, and it sounds like they are not good, but they are good. It's just this one is not highlighting their jobs. And it happened a lot in a lot of verticals where if you don't know the actor, you haven't seen them in anything else, you will watch it and you say, oh, they're bad actors. But actually, they're
Yeah.
not. It's just if you watch another one where the post editing is done right, the post production is done right, then you will say, oh my God, they're super good. Yeah, it's just that they messed up the post editing. So this one is my first very disappointment this month. And the other one is the I Flash Marriage My Best Friend with Luke and Aileen. The problem with this one for me, it's too much inconsistency in the story that makes absolutely no sense. And you're like, they're best friends for 10 years, but she has no clue that he's super rich. Like, if they barely know each other, like, it's easy for a billionaire to stay hidden if they don't know each other. Like, we see that a lot of time. But after 10 freaking years, and you call it your best friend, but you don't even know him, and he doesn't tell you this, you're like, that sounds a little bit weird. Plus, they had bullying that had absolutely no sense in this story. Like, it could be a super cute best friend to lover story, and I love that kind of story usually. But the way they twist it with the bullying, honestly, you can just skip this because it really add nothing in the story. Plus, all the inconsistency in the storyline. I didn't even finish it. Like I gave up. I was
Neither
like,
did
oh, honestly, I'm done. I'm gonna watch something else. And I was really hoping a lot about this one because I've read a lot of great reviews, and I was like, oh my God, but actually no, it's definitely not for me. And I love the cute stuff usually, so it's really something. Nah, nah.
Nah. Nah. Dahlia, what was your disappointment of the month?
Well, I have two that I didn't even finish, so I'm not going to go there because they were more banquet humiliation and just bad.
Yeah, the typical stuff.
But one that I watched that I just the script was the acting wasn't bad. It was not a really great story. Was Pregnant for My Bully's Daddy. And I love Travis Delorier, but I just think that him playing a father who got his son's ex-girlfriend or the girl that he was that was being bullied by his daughter, I think. It was weird because for the first half of it, they managed to keep one hidden from the other. So like the daughter would come home, but the girl he was married with, they just wouldn't be in the room at the same time. It was the weirdest thing ever. So it fell flat. It was just very unbelievable to me. So that one was off. And then Pregnant with Millionaire's Twins, Love Begins is the usual infertility age gap, blah, blah, blah. But it was Kaylin Peluso who, to me, she's
She was
12.
pregnant again.
She's pregnant again. And
She's 12.
Chase Matson, who is absolutely adorable and has the most adorable family. He posts pictures of the kids all the time. It just doesn't, that connection, it's just not there for me. Then again, it's the connection with Kaylin with not many people is there for me.
Yeah. So Megan, what was your disappointment of the month?
Well, I'm the same with Aileen. I feel like I was so excited for A Best Friend. I feel like it started strong and then they just turned it into like the only reason they fell in love was because he rescued her a million times. Like it turned into just way too tropey and just way too vertical. But it started strong and cute and like I felt like it had so much potential, but then I seriously got like probably maybe a third to a half way through and I'm like, I'm out. I knew exactly where it was going. And then the whole it was the same. It was the same. And I was sad because I really like, is it Aislinn? How do you pronounce it? Aislinn. She's so cute. Like she's been in a couple other things and I think I really like her and she's a great actress, but I just felt like, oh, dang it, that could have been so cute. It could have been so much better. So it's like more about what it could have been, than what it actually was in that situation. Yeah. Yeah.
So Shika, your one?
Oh my God, two of my favorites are in this list. Mark Harmon in Super Godfather. My ex begged me on her knees. Oh my God, what a waste of talent. I could not stop screaming at my phone. That why would you use a person like Mark Harmon in this story? And what have you done with him? This is not the same person anymore. I mean, the person with the caliber of, he has the swag of McConaughey and the acting talent of Cillian Murphy. And what are you doing to him? And why is he stuck with Real Shot of all things? He has so much potential and he's stuck in contract with them and then they use him for stories like this nonsense. And one was I watched last night with Griffin. Oh God, I'm like, my inbox is full of comments that why is he playing this kind of role? It's a farewell to my 3-time failing ex on Fairflow. I watched it last night and I was chatting with Griffin. He's neither happy with the role nor he is happy with the poster. Oh my God, he's a toxic doofus in that. And we have seen this story. Ryan did it last month with Three Strikes Dad Out, but that was done in a much better way. This one was toxic to the core. It is so difficult to watch, so difficult, but I had to watch it. And it's not going anywhere on my it will not be on my vertical of the list week for years to come. Never which I'll recommend this. Never in my life will
For
I
years
recommend
to come.
this kind of
Years.
yeah. Never.
Totally
You'll
out.
never see me recommending this nonsense.
I love that. For years to come. It's never getting
Caitlin,
out.
yours?
So I'll echo obviously the best friends with Luke. That was a huge disappointment because I was, like I said, I've been really looking for something good from Luke for quite a while, and at that point I was like desperate for something good, and I was disappointed. But I also, the other one I really, it's all about, I was really hoping for more things from certain actors I like to see. It's not necessarily their acting, it's the stories that they get handed, and it breaks my heart for them, is poor Drew Ader. If he can get any other role besides one of these identity arguing, banquet humiliation things, his Life at 3,000 Feet one where he's like transporting an organ for an organ transplant for a mobster. It was on Real Short this month. I was really hoping, since the storyline, the plot line seemed interesting, that it would be, action filled and all that sort of stuff. And it just turned out to be this whole arguing sort of
This
thing.
whole
Yeah. I was so upset because I feel like Drew's talent is getting wasted with all
Yes.
these. I mean, he's done 4 now that I can recall off the top of my head for real short, and only one of them has been a non-identity arguing slash banquet humiliation style one. And don't get me wrong, he's talented, but it's just let's move on. And like I said, this one I thought was going to be super exciting and action filled, being that it was a rush against time to get the organ where it needed to go, and it wasn't. It was very similar to the other one Real Short did, where and I can't even recall the people in it right now because my brain's all fuzzy, but where the one mother was stopping the fire truck and EMS from
Oh,
getting
God.
to treat the child or whatever. I
Dahlia
forget what
feels it.
I was gonna say.
That sounds horrible.
What was the name of that one? And who was it? Because my brain's all fuzzy because it was
Oh
that
my
bad.
God,
I
that
kind of
one was
blocked it out
horrible.
already. But this one was very much like that one, unfortunately, just without the kid element. It just his talents are being so wasted, and he gets constantly beat up in this one for no good reason. And I mean, Drew's a pretty, buff kind of
Muscular.
looking
Yeah.
guy, and they didn't have him fight back at all. Like they made him into this like giant wimp, and it was a huge flop for me, unfortunately. I was hoping that this would be the next big thing for him, and instead he got handed a flop. So
Ugh.
That's not
He
good.
was so
bad.
good in Secret Surrogate to the Mafia King, and it
yeah,
was
so that
role suited to him. He should do
Yes.
more such
Regret is
roles
regret
rather
is the
than this
punishment.
Yeah.
Is the one with
yes.
the firefighter thing.
What
Oh,
regret
thank you.
is the punishment or what?
Regret
Yeah.
is
The
the
bus one
punishment.
she's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the surrogate to the Mafia King is the only non-identity arguing bank humiliation, and he
Got
nailed
him.
that.
Yes, he was too good
That
in
one
that.
is on my constant slash comfort slash replay list. I've probably have watched it at least 4 or 5 dozen times. Like I love it. I love the
It's
chemistry in
really
that,
good.
but he needs more roles,
Yes.
maybe different storylines, but he needs more roles where he can stretch his legs like that again.
Yes.
So
I want to go back to Daughters Dying and He's Still Lying.
Oh God.
I love the acting of Emily Gately, normally. And she was the reason I started to watch that. But, and she played it so well, but the story was so full of violation against children. I hated that.
No.
It turned out more violence against children than I ever have seen. You see,
Yeah.
to be honest, child actor did a really great job in it. I'm very surprised how good these young actors can nail roles, so believable. But the whole storyline, my hope was that it wouldn't turn out so shitty, but it turned out even more shittier than I thought.
Was it
One of
another
the
locked
worst
in
in
the
this
car
group.
one?
Yeah.
It was another locked in the car one?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, because there was one that Haley Lorley did that she was actually the villain.
No, not in this one.
I'm
This
saying
is
there
the
was
worst
another
in
there was
this
another
kind of
version.
Yeah. There were a few versions, but in this version, they put it so hard that the child is sitting in the car and sweating and so dehydrating, and so they put it 5 minutes. You can see how this child is getting more and more worse in this car.
Yes.
And Emily played her role so well, but the complete vertical was so full of violation and abusing and ignorance against children.
Yeah, I can't watch
Hate
it.
that. I don't watch. I
It
have
was
stopped
so
watching.
disgusting.
I have stopped watching any vertical with a child in it at all because of that. Because 95% of the time, the child is used as a weapon or
Yeah.
is weaponized by the villain, and
Yes.
I don't feel like verticals, like we've talked about before. This is not the place. This is not an A24. There isn't a good redemption arc for anyone really in verticals. It's very rare. So it's just for shock value. And
Yes.
it, to me, to do that to children is insulting and disgusting.
Yeah.
And if there is a child, I will not watch verticals anymore. And that means even the like ice, what's the ice one, that the hockey one with Nicole and Seth, that's so
Breaking the
famous.
Breaking the
Breaking the
ice.
I
ice.
won't, not even that story arc anymore. They don't handle children well with verticals at all.
Not at all.
And they're just become plot ploys. And I just think that is, I'm
Yeah, and
not,
there are,
I will watch, I'm pretty good at, but that's where I'll put my foot down. I'm
Yeah.
like, my
Even the
mom
Yeah.
one
heart
with
just,
Griffin
no.
last night had the same thing. The child was being told again and again not to call the father his father, and being mistreated and
Yes.
shown that you're not worth it. Like, what impression do they get when they grow up that I had done such a role and it's normal for people to watch this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Calling a little
Yeah.
The child
6-year-old a
actors,
bastard
I
is what
know.
bothers
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. When it's the child actors too. It's like not,
Yes.
it's like oh gosh, I could never watch no, just no.
I want to call another vertical, but it's not very disappointing. I was hoping more in it than it turned out. I watched it yesterday evening, and this morning I finished it. It was on My Drama. It was the new one with Thomas King, where a lot of ads showed up lately on Instagram. It's Escape from Mile Marker Zero. The title, I don't understand. The title and the story fit not. But I watched it because of Thomas. I really had a nice episode talking about with him, and the story seems to be something totally new one. No billionaire stuff. So I was hoping for a really good new story, but the location where it was filmed was totally nice, in a cabin outside in the woods, and really nice one, but the female lead destroyed the vertical. I have to say it this
bad.
hard. There was a furious ex-boy or boyfriend, ex-boyfriend as a villain. That role was nailed so well, so physical, and so really great one. I believed everything he said and did. And Thomas King nailed also his role as a caring protector who tries to keep this mysterious boyfriend away from this girl. But she was so I don't know how to say it. I had the whole vertical the feeling that she doesn't want to play this role. You know what I mean? So she seems so uncomfortable in this role and so not real playing it. So I cannot describe it. It felt so that a typical type of, I did it for the money, but I'm not feeling it, what I'm acting. And so she was kind of toxic for this whole vertical because she was the lead, but for me it was so, okay, the story could be nice. And other thing, it was a typical story where which leaves so many questions open. At the beginning of the vertical, he had a dog, and then the dog is gone. No one knows where or why the dog is gone. And the story, the beginning of the story, it starts somewhere in the middle of the forest. But why they were in the forest and what they were doing there and why the other guy was accidentally also there, I don't know. There were so many questions upcoming in every new episode of the story. I was more at the end confused than I did get, and it was 71 episodes. So a lot of confusion. It's called Escape from Mile Marker Zero on My Drama. And I think it could have been much better done than it turned out lately. So that was a vertical, because My Drama really has normally good stuff, but this one, it was so, when I finished it, I was so, okay. And what was the sense of this story? I didn't get it. Sorry. No, not for me. Well, I didn't get catched. And it was the first time really I had the feeling that a female lead was not good set for this one. So that was a bit of shitty.
Yeah,
So,
because
what?
a lot of times it's never it's not the acting. Like it rarely is the acting in verticals that turns me off, so that I can see that being surprising.
Mostly it's the storyline who turns me off.
Yeah.
But in this
then to
case,
see
it was
her
really-
not just lean into it and still go with it. I mean, we see a lot of shitty storylines with great acting, so
yeah. No, but in this case, even the two leads didn't connect. You see kissing scenes, but you see that she was feeling so uncomfortable in what way ever. So it was not.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty. But yeah, it released yesterday. No, 2 days ago, and it's very new. It's and I was catched by the ad on Instagram because the marketing teams work well again. So yeah. Which platform you used frequently this month?
Oh, I never know that answer.
For me, it was Carlos TV because I always I got this membership, so I was a lot on Carlos TV this month. Also,
for me would be probably between Candy Jar and Drama Box. That's those I've watched the most. So yeah, probably those two.
yeah, Drama Box. I got now this yearly membership thanks to you, Aline, and your tips. So I watched also a lot on Drama Box. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Drama Box hit me. Yeah. Dahlia, where were you? Which platform?
Drama Wave.
Drama Wave. Candy Jar is every month. Seems to be really upcoming. Megan, if you watched Gio de Val, so I guess you were also on Candy Jar.
I was on Candy Jar a lot this month. Yeah. I'm always on although I do have to say I did hit pause for a little bit. There was too much Young Love, and I love Young Love. But Candy Jar just had too long, and I kind of ditched out on them for a little bit. But I think my favorite one this month was Office Girl is on Drama Pops,
Drama
right?
Pops.
And then My Sexy Devil is on Candy Jar. That was one of my favorites this month for sure. So good. And the Chasing or the Luna Grace. And then Geo's was good too. So Conflict of Interest. Yeah. So Candy Jar, I would have to say, I never keep track of the apps. You guys are so good at that. I just like go where it needs to go, and then I lose track of where I watched it, and then I have to go check my reviews again. And anyway, so I should keep better track, but yeah, that's never going to happen. So I admire all of you for what you do and your efforts to, I don't know, do you guys, I know Dahlia has a huge spreadsheet. Aileen tends to always know. I think Aileen's stuff is just all in her brain. I don't think it's even written down.
She has a notice book. She showed me.
Oh yeah, she has her notebooks. That's right. Aileen's notebook.
This is my stuff, and this is all the stuff I've watched with all the grades and everything. So yeah,
she's really organized.
I know I'm not. No,
I have to because, but even with that, I miss so much, and like I'm trying to keep organized because otherwise I'm not doing anything at all. But even with that, and I have another notebook with other stuff in it, but yeah, I'm trying, but I'm not.
Maybe we
yet.
have to create for this review group an organizing book that everyone has the same notice book.
My problem is,
Aline, if you have to go back and find something, it's not necessarily in alphabetical order, it's not in channel order, it's not in...
No, because it's when I watch, so this sheet here, well, it's a little bit blurry because I have to blur my background, it's shitty, but it's just all the list, and I organize by genre somehow, so this, the one I show, it's more like the romance basic one. I have one for all the BL stuff, I have one for all the werewolf / vampire / supernatural stuff. So I only have that kind of separation, but after that, I just when I watch, I add a new line. So basically, I cannot really track the app on this. But since I put all the apps on my review on the front page of my reviews, then I just like I have my Instagram open just next to it, so I could actually check before. And I prepared something yesterday night also to be sure to have the note ready. So otherwise, I don't always remember. I just know that I have some apps I go there all the times anyway. So those I have the sub basically. That's those I will go most of the time, and sometimes I have one or two somewhere else. So that's why I know basically.
I need the poster. Like, and that's my problem with like using like a spreadsheet. Like, you guys can say the title to me all day long. If I don't see the poster, I'm such a visual person. Like, everything in my life, I am like 90% visual when it comes to everything I do. And so if I don't see the poster, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The
Yeah,
AI
me too.
create a poster or the actors doesn't look like they do in real life.
Yeah. So I like, that's why a spreadsheet would be difficult for me because I can't, like, I need to see the visual. And then I'm like, oh, I know exactly. And everything comes back, you know? So
I'm the same way.
except the app, except the
Yeah.
app.
You're
I can
also the
never remember
visual
that.
way, Caitlin, or what? You're the
I'm sorry,
visual
what?
girl? You are also
Yeah,
the
so
visual girl?
yeah, Megan and I are ADHD buddies,
Yes.
so I'm finding more and more that we have similar needs when it comes
Yes.
to remembering things or something like that.
Yes.
So yeah, I absolutely am a poster type girl, but that's the hard part is I feel like I haven't quite nailed down, how I am going to organize all this stuff now that I'm watching more and reviewing more and all that sort of stuff. But one of my friends had a great idea about doing a notebook and then just printing off little tiny like pictures of the poster and like pasting it in the notebook,
You
which
could
I
get,
mean that's a little
yeah.
bit of work, but I too want to find something that I can organize the reviews a little bit better in, and I don't know quite how to do that, whether it's
I
the little color-coded sticky notes to, categorize them or whatever, but still trying to work on something. But I am absolutely with Megan. You have to show me the poster, and all of a sudden all my thoughts and
Yep.
opinions about that will absolutely come
Well,
back. And a
here,
lot of times you can even tell by the poster what app it's from. Like there are certain apps that do the heavy editing that I'm like, oh yeah, that's from, Drama Wave is pretty
well,
bad with that,
this is what I do is I use you can't see it, but I use my photos. I use my photos.
Making screenshots or what? Yeah.
I use my photos and I put the poster and I put what I rated it. So even if I don't review it, I know, and I do it by month. So even if I didn't review it, I know what I've watched by the poster and I can go back and see. And then at the end of the month, I've been doing my little recap.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to all the way to next April, I should have a full year of like recaps and everything. But I don't keep track of everything. That's why Dahlia has become and Aileen and Sarah. I mean, like we need them, but that doesn't mean we all have to do that. You know what I mean?
No.
We can just let's lean into our strengths, Caitlin. Let's be super cute and spastic and fun.
Be super cute.
and lean into our ADHD persona.
Notebooks or
Just
anything
call
in
me
my
if you need
phone.
information.
I'll go back to my AI tool and I'll tell to Perplexity that what I watched today and what I felt, and then I'll ask at the end of the week while preparing my verticals of the week to recap everything. So whichever ones I actually like by the end of the week, which are worthy of going on the verticals of the week, then I'll go back to that. But I can't do sheets. I can't write on notebooks. Everything is your photographic memory only. I can't do notes and everything. That AI does it for me. I use AI for these purposes. I don't use it for editing, but I use it for these purposes, make my life easier. I don't have the time to write
Give
the
you a good
notes and
spreadsheet
everything.
any day. That's why I can rate. I can sort by rating. I can sort by channel. I can sort by genre. I can sort by
Everything
actor. I can
Perplexity
sort by
does
female
all that
lead.
for
I can
me.
sort by all of it.
So Dahlia, I'm going to send you in a year. I'm going to send you my
In a
whole
year.
list, and you can make a spreadsheet for me.
Yep. Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Dahlia is Megan's AI.
She's my potato, actually. That's what we call her. She's my Swiss Army knife. She, I need Dahlia. We needed her in LA too. She went and like got me food at one point. I was like, anyway, it was both Caitlin and I are like,
You have fun and Dahlia is the work or what?
Yeah, we call it the Walton Roy. Dahlia's my Roy, and I'm the Walt.
She's
So
Walt
I'm
Disney. She decides it. She designs it, and I decide how to do it.
Yeah.
I get it
She's
done.
like, okay, but how are we going to do that? And I'm like, I don't know, figure it out.
That's your problem, not mine.
I know, exactly. Come on, Roy.
So, ladies, we are in the Halloween week, and I want to do a special segment. I put a poll sticker in the story of the Instagram profile and asked the fans what they are having for favorite vampire werewolf stuff. And I got a lot of questions, and maybe they will fit to some of your favorite ones. In the beginning, a lot of fans told me Love and Blood. They loved for this vampire stuff. And another one, like one of my favorite in the vampire one, my Vampire Bodyguard with Casey Esther. This one, I like that really as a vampire one, but also I liked him in the vampire stories, Mr. Vampire Wants Me Every Day with Casey Esther and Shauna Sino. So does any one of you have a favorite vampire one? Or are you more the werewolf types?
I have
No,
one
there's-
for 2024 and one for 2025.
Good. And what?
Fated to my Forbidden Vampire, for sure. That's Nick Ritacco and Brooke Moultram.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that
That's
one's really good.
2024. And 2025, the one that just came out, which I'm obsessed with, Desired by Two, The Vampire and the Hunter. That one is
I
on Real
second
Short.
that.
And it is
Yep.
fantastic.
I haven't seen it yet. Which
And
are the leads?
It's Ukraine actors. It's Ukraine actors.
Okay.
It's on Real Short. And if you have not had Pierre Longer look at you and just he looks through you and you just see it. It's yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
vampire stuff are getting less lately, I have the feeling. There weren't so many new vampire stories.
I don't know. After
Well,
this one, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more.
Yeah, what's nice about this one that I like, because I echo Dahlia, because I think I messaged you, Dahlia, too. I was like, oh my gosh, this one's amazing. You have to watch it. Because what's nice about it is a vampire story, but I really appreciated how they touched on witches, and then they had like a coven. The coven scenes were amazing. And so it had a little bit of different elements that I hadn't quite seen in any other verticals. Because I mean, you have the very
hunters
and the hunters. Yeah, I mean, I've
So
seen
it was witches,
hunter-
hunters, and vampires. So it was
Yes.
very, very unique. Very
Okay.
unique.
Yes. Yep. I mean, I've seen other verticals with hunters in them, but this one was the way they did it was different. And like I said, the witch with the covenant element was fantastic. The visuals, the stunts that they had, everything was just completely next level. The story was captivating from beginning to end. And like Dahlia said, even though they were Ukraine actors, the acting was awesome. Like it was an all around. It was a vertical.
Not
that
even though
surprised-
it's because they let me tell you, the Ukraine actors, the Ukraine direction, the camera work.
Which
I
production
think that they
company
are all
produced
next
it?
level.
Dahlia,
Is it
I'm
EMO?
sure you know it. Which production company produced it?
Well, it's the one that what is it,
AMO.
Holly?
It's
Emo.
AMO Pictures.
Pictures.
AMO.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's is it Holly something that owns AMO? It's the one that we saw all of the interviews with at the LA Vertical Market.
Yeah.
AMO is like owned by
you were
that
probably
Holly,
paying attention, and I wasn't.
but yeah, AMO. AMO and they're fantastic. Their camera work
AMO's
is fantastic. They're just
Isn't there one called Holy Water too, or is AMO and Holy Water the same?
that's the one. I think that they're together.
Yes.
They're together. Holy
I
Water. and
believe
AMO
so.
are
I believe
together.
so.
Yeah. Okay.
And what was the title of this vampire one again?
Desired by Two, The Vampire and the Hunter.
Okay. So I have
And it's
to
on real
watch
short,
that.
so it's
On
easy.
real
It's
short.
easy to
Okay.
find.
Okay. Another vampire one, girls?
I still love Me Bite Me. My issue with vampire ones, and it's not like an issue necessarily, is like vampires tend to go a little more dark, where werewolves tend to be a little bit more like the lore team tends to be a little more romantic to me. So anyway, that's why I don't necessarily, I like vampire ones, I really do, but sometimes the vampire ones get a little bit more dark and a little bit more heavy. So anyway, but I love Me Bite Me. Love Me Bite Me on Real Short with Mark Herman and Samantha Drews. Like
Samantha Drews.
I love that. It's always in my top 3 to 5 when it comes to like the that genre. Yeah.
Other vampire ones, or can we switch to the
I
For
werewolf
think I
me,
ones?
also had Love Me Bite Me, and the one I was speaking about recently, Obsessed with Being His Prey. That is also a vampire story. Both of these are on my all-time favorites.
Okay.
Obsessed
Ali?
with what was the name of it?
Obsessed with Being His Prey. It's on Good Shot.
Oh, with being his prey. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
one
a
just came out
BL
recently,
story.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jackson Tiller one, also the doppelganger one, kissed by
Oh,
doppelganger or something like that. I forgot what channel it's on.
I thought it was Vampire's Kiss or something like that.
no, the Kiss and Switch is with it's not the one with Jackson, it's the one with Felix. And he has the doppelganger, but both are with Kira. But the name is a bit similar, but it's not the same story. But the doppelganger is the one with Jackson. But for me, 2024 would be actually Kiss and Switch with the Cursed Vampire with Kira and Felix.
Yeah, that was also nice. Yeah.
And for this year, it will be Love and Blood, definitely.
So let's go to the werewolf stuff. Megan, you should be totally in it when you are preparing a werewolf week.
I'm ready for Werewolf Week.
So what
Oh my
are
goodness.
your advices? What's your top 3 of werewolves at the moment?
My top 3 werewolves, I'll tell you
Yeah.
right now, because I am like literally like it's really hard for me to rank them, but I did it this time. I couldn't do the Mafia, but I ranked my top 10.
What is
But
your what is your point? You say that's a good werewolf one, and what's the point to say, okay, that's a nice werewolf one, but
Oh, well, I did. Yeah, I made a whole rating scale, so I'll post that today.
yeah, that's good.
That's like one of my first posts. And then,
So when
but
this episode will get released, everyone can switch to your profile and
yes,
see your
everyone
ranking
switch my profile
style
and we'll
list.
talk
That's
about my
good.
ranking style. I like rank them like I give it like I just think of the different categories that I want to see, like what I want to see out of a werewolf vertical, basically.
Yeah.
And so you can read that because I don't want to go into it because otherwise I'll talk way too long. But my top werewolf is definitely Red Talons.
Red
Like
Talons.
it's so good. I do have a tough time with these like top 3, like figuring out like which is 1, 2, and 3. But what's interesting is the other 2 I just watched really recently. And the second one is actually with Anna Green, also, who's the lead of Red Talons. And I actually just interviewed her yesterday for Werewolf Week, and she is just the sweetest woman. But the second one is How I Became the Alpha Queen. And it's on a couple different apps. It's an older vertical. She filmed it in 2023 and it was released in early 2024. It is so good, you guys. How I Became the Alpha Queen with Anna Green, and then I can't remember his name, but and it's on a handful of different apps, but it is so good. And it's on a different name on Flare Flow. Of course, Flare Flow changed the name. But I'll post that in my top 10.
Yeah.
And then my third now, and again, like these all came up just recently, was Luna Graced. It was so amazing. So amazing. Short, easy, like it was so good, you guys. And Faith and Nick are amazing, powerhouse. It was so good. And they actually made up a little like new lore. I don't know if it's new, but like that was one of my criteria for Werewolf Week, is that they kind of stick to some of the werewolf lore. Like we've got to see some of like the book talk kind of traits coming out. But they actually built on it and it made sense. And so I really liked Luna Graced. So those are my top three on my list right now. Yeah, but
Dahlia,
it's
yours?
hard.
I'm gonna stick to 2025 verticals because
Okay.
everyone knows that my 2024 verticals are
Yeah.
they're in my top 10 all time. I'm gonna pick obviously Red Talons I love, but I'm gonna pick Chasing Kiara, which is also on Candy Jar, and it's fantastic.
That was also picked on the poll sticker from some fans. Yeah.
Tyler Scherer is just I mean he's awesome as an alpha. Luna Graced, which I absolutely adored, loved. I mean, Faith Orta and Nick Puya were fantastic. And I'm gonna pick Claimed by the Alpha I Hate, which is
Oh, yeah.
Griffin Blassie.
Yeah.
And I think he and Madeline Rocha are just magic together. They're just magic together. It's probably one of my favorite 2025 werewolf verticals.
Okay. Caitlin?
I love all of them, and of course, there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more that were done in 2024. I feel like there's a lot of older ones. I'm gonna blame the ADHD. I have a really hard time remembering which were 2024 and which were 2025 releases because to me
No
they're all
problem.
2025 because I've only been watching for a year now. But I'm a comedy girl, so I absolutely love Alpha's Faded Surrogate with Cayman
Oh, yes.
and
Yes,
Gina
I love
DeRusso.
that one.
Me
That's
too. Me
2025.
too.
Because
That was a really
That
great
is
one.
so cute.
It's a werewolf one,
So
but there's
funny.
so many comedic moments in it, and
Yeah.
it's just the facial expression
Oh.
that Cayman does, especially when she's at the hospital. She doesn't believe that she's pregnant, even though he told her so, and he's
Yes.
peering in the little window there with a smirk on his face.
I
I mean,
love that
it's
one.
just. And then, of course, the ending with what the brother does at the banquet scene. I won't ruin it for anybody who
Yes.
hasn't seen it, but I just about died at that scene. That was
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
So
The
that
doctor with
has
the
to be-
positions part is kills me.
The
I mean, kill me.
positions, the
Yes,
sexual.
just kill me.
Yes.
Caitlin, I just rewatched this one last night because it was on like my top list from from May or something. And I was like, I need to rewatch this. Why did I love this one? And I wanted to have a Cayman one in my top 10, of course. And so, but yes, I agree. It is so funny. It's
It's on
and
my
so
list too.
sweet. It's so
I-
sweet. Their relationship
think-
is so cute.
I think if you hadn't put at least one Cayman one on your list, you would have been burned at
It
the
wouldn't be a
stake.
list
To be
now.
honest.
But this one is legit amazing. Like this one,
Yes.
it's really good. And I'm a comedy girl too, so I totally agree. I think the Cayman Aaron ones are great. Like they're really fun, but they're more like typical werewolf. They don't like stand out in any way. This one
I
is
have to wonder sometimes, so because I've been thinking about it a lot, because I know we talked about it a little bit, but when I did Cayman's meet and greet at Verticon, I kind of called him out on the fact that he's, quite frankly, I didn't say it then, but I'm going to be more blunt here. He's kind of been typecasted as werewolf,
Yeah.
and I wonder if some of that feeling that you're feeling is just because Cayman and Aaron have done so many together that it's getting older. Whereas if they had just done one or two, it still would have been a little bit fresher.
Yeah.
But we know the chemistry works, and we know we love it, and there's only so much that they're going to do. The producers, writers, whoever are going to do with them in vertical werewolf films. I feel like it's just, unfortunately, when they're paired together, their werewolf stories have become predictable because of, that they've done so many. So,
Yeah.
that's definitely unfortunate. But, so Alpha Faded Surrogate, definitely a favorite. I have to go with, I think it was Dahlia that said, Claimed by the Alpha I Hate. Not just because I'm a huge Griffin fan, but like she said, the chemistry just works. And that too had a little bit of a different element to it than a lot of the typical werewolf ones. I mean, we even got to see a touch of vampire in it. So that was another another really, really great one for me. And both of those are on my frequent rewatch list. And I actually tried to nominate the Alpha Faded Surrogate one for the comedy Vertical for the Vertical Awards this year. It didn't make it on there because I think a lot of people view it as a werewolf film first and not really necessarily a comedy, but it definitely is fantastic.
Yeah. Shika, your favorite ones?
I posted all my top 12, which was difficult to fit 12, but amongst those, the top three I'll say are Red Talons for sure. No one can take its place. And Chasing Kiara, and the one I think most people don't understand why I like is Incurable Love. I have this whole folder of
Yes.
screenshots.
Yes, I agree. That would be another one of my three. I watched that one on repeat constantly.
I have
It's one of
rewatched
the
it
first
so
Verticals
many
I watched.
times.
Incurable
The
Love was
longing,
which leads?
the pain.
Griffin,
Emily and Griffin.
Emily.
Yep.
It is so good. It is so good. I can't tell you. I mean, it makes me more emotional than werewolfy fantasy, and it doesn't dwell much into that. But still, it's an amazing story, and their emotions, the way they have portrayed those emotions, the longing, the heartbreak, everything. It's just too good. I keep rewatching it every few weeks.
I think that's maybe why I kind of forgot to mention it is it's more of a love story than it is focused around the werewolf theme.
Yeah.
And that I think that's what makes it so great. Like you said, it's it almost reminds me of like a not quite a Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth sort of thing, but it definitely is a dramatic love story.
It's quite
that
dramatic.
just happens to also be werewolf.
Yes. I mean, the way he just clings on to her dress on the mannequin, and when she hugs him and she doesn't remember, she tells him that your hug feels so comfortable. And the way they have portrayed their chemistry, it's just too good. I just want them to do more verticals together.
Well, that's just it. Is Emily and Griffin, I think, have one of the best chemistries out there that's underrated. It's very underrated.
Yes,
so.
very underrated.
They did another one together where she got pregnant, right? And then he moves her in, and wasn't that Griffin and Emily?
Yes. So that's accidentally pregnant and spoiled. That one originally was on Real Short.
Yeah.
But I think they've
They've done 3
4 together
3
now.
or 4. The encore
I think it's 4.
I think could be. I remember 3 at the moment.
I think it's 4. But every time chemistry's completely nailed. So
Emily did, for me, she did some great werewolf stuff. I also liked her in the Vertical with Ryan Watson, The Flesh Marriage with My Werewolf Husband, or
one of the early ones.
Yeah, or the other ones. Wait, I have to check the title.
With Miles.
Even recently, she was on Drama Wave with what's this guy's name?
Yeah, but the other werewolf one she did was My
Alpha Daddy Take Mommy Home with Armand Procaci. That was also very well done.
Yeah.
She did a lot of really great werewolf
Talking about the
ones.
Luna Prince one with Miles Tohesi?
Yeah, I mean that one exactly. Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
That's also a really nice one. And another werewolf I liked recently, because I liked Kiki Frax in that role, was The Cursed Alpha's Mate.
Oh yeah.
I really liked that because it was the first time you saw Kiki in more like the werewolf style ones and not the serious ones. So I really liked him in this role because it was a totally new character I saw first of him, and the story went very well through that.
That one was really spicy. I think that's like my spicy werewolf vertical award. Like that one was hot. There was a lot of dirty talk in that, and it was good. It was good. And it had it had some really great villains like Mar. I can't remember her name. Mar Rooney. Is that her name? She was amazing in that one.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With the bleach blonde hair. They had some amazing villains in that one. Like really well written, really just evil.
Yeah, and it
There
was a
like two
great
of them.
cast for that. For that vertical,
Yes.
it was really great fitting cast. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was Maria was the lead, and
Yeah.
she was a human. Yeah, that was a really good vertical. Yeah, that was a
I
good
like
one.
that as a werewolf one. You know, I like the typical classic one, but this cursed Alpha's Mate one was a type of classical, but not too classic for me in that one. So that what was reason I really like that also. But to be honest, Cayman as werewolf is the belief that the werewolf you are kind, sweet, and strong one you want to have as an alpha. Because lately I struggled with a bit of alphas. They were not so believable for me as in a strong alpha leading role, to be honest. Example, Hunter Cole. In some alpha leading roles, he was not so the one I would love have to be my alpha to say,
Yeah.
so
The alpha actor really does make it. Like, it really does make the vertical. Like, I mean, a lot of verticals, I feel like the alpha werewolf role is very specific.
yeah.
Where the billionaire CEO, like, kind of anyone can do that. But I feel like you're right. Like, the alpha needs, like, there really is a good, strong alpha. Just like there's a really good mafia. There's really good
Exactly.
mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly with the mafia
It's
stuff.
just
Yeah.
like it doesn't. It's not just about how well they act. It's
No.
about there's something like
They are
Cayman's
still like
amazing.
looking. For example,
Magnetism?
Casey Esser as a werewolf is not so believable for me. Like he's doing a vampire one
The vampire is a lot
because
Yes.
of his look-alike, his like pale
Yeah,
face and
facial
so
features.
Jaw,
yes,
the pale
so he's
skin.
perfectly fitting as a vampire. But as a werewolf, he's not so. I don't know.
He's not so
Yeah.
You know,
wild,
Cayman is so
classy.
big
Because he's a
shoulders
raw-
and really
yeah.
strong looking, and Casey
Raw
is a
and
bit
rough.
more like the
He's more-
soft, thinner, and the softy guy. So for me, it makes a lot what's the alpha looks like. Also, it looks
Yeah.
if he
Miles-
looks really strong and
Presence.
believable.
They gotta have an alpha presence.
Yeah.
the aura.
And Miles, I think Miles fits that well too. Miles Clohessy.
yeah,
Clohessy. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
really fits that role well too. Like he and there's also like this like soft spoken, like they're not soft spoken, but like I don't know, the way they carry themselves, like I feel like Miles really is an amazing alpha too. And
Miles
Eric
has his
is-
look with his beard
His
and with
voice
his
will also
face.
support that.
He's really strong looking if
Yeah.
you
Yes.
only see his face.
and rugged, like rugged.
And his voice, the voice is so
Yes.
For sure,
full.
his voice.
Yeah.
the voice. Well,
Yeah.
that's what makes
The Luna
that's
Prince
what,
one, but he did Cold-Blooded Alpha King with
Oh.
what's her
Alexandra.
name?
Alexandria Watts? No.
No.
which is the one I love the one he did with
Kylie,
Alexandria
no.
Watts.
What's her name? The
Christine-
other, the one that Christine K.
Christine
K.
Larson.
Oh
Larson.
yes,
Ah,
yes, he
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
really good in that
Yes.
one.
Christine K. Larson, yeah.
Yeah, I love the one. I loved the one that he did with Alexandria Watts. I thought that was a
Yes.
recent one. That
Yes.
one was really well done too. That was on like my.
I'm
it
so
didn't make my
glad
top
that
10.
he's back in the vertical world because it really took a long break out of it. So I love that
He's
Shame
she's
on
doing
him.
dimensional TV.
yeah. And I
Shame.
just wanna tell you, Megan, I recently got an ad because of Nick Ritako. Listen,
He's
I
a great
recently
alpha
got
kid.
an ad for an German synchronized vertical with him as a lead. And the
Oh,
German
okay.
Nick Ritako is speaking like that, in that voice.
Oh, that does
and
not
it's
Oh my
so
God.
silly.
No.
It's
Way
so
to ruin it
silly.
for everyone.
It just came up, and the day later you put in the story your picture with Nick, and I said,
Flat Nick.
"Oh yeah,
Flat Nick's needs an
yeah,
appearance.
yeah."
Yes,
And my first thought was, "Oh God, if he would know what happened to him, he would be so disappointed. If
That's
it
too
goes up
bad.
again, I have to record it. It was so
You do.
silly." Because the
Yeah.
really great, also mafia dark voice of Nick Ritako
Mm-hmm.
was so high and so and so what? No,
That is not
No.
Nick. Nick needs to be like No, yeah.
Yeah.
His voice
So for
really
me,
does,
it's
yeah.
also for a werewolf alpha is needed that he has a dark, strong voice, and he's
Yes.
so that's
Mark
that's what
Vega.
catching. That's
Mark
what
Vega is
catching.
good too. More whispery. Yeah. And Griffin just like isn't necessarily built, but you can like something about him makes him feel like he would be really fast and really strong, but he's not like built, but like
No,
his
it's
hair,
it's
I don't
his
know.
eyes, and
And his
Griffin
eyes
Blaze
is
is
So
so
the
everything,
eyes.
intense.
even the way he talks, his diction, the
Yeah.
voice,
And then like
the
in Played by
modulation.
the Alpha I
Yeah.
Hate, I'm like, did you whisper so much that your voice your vocal cords are now, and the same with the one that Kiki did. I'm like, Kiki like whispered the whole time through that one. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, are your vocal cords okay?
Griffin has the same thing that Steven has, where it's that almost like it's not a wiry frame, but it's not a stocky frame.
Yes.
It's
No.
that thin, it's that thin frame where you know that the werewolf is just gonna explode from inside him.
Yeah.
Where
Something more
he's just
mysterious about
gonna
them.
take off and like be that like huge leader.
Yes.
But
yes.
he doesn't necessarily portray that in human form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What he has in human form is more the internal, quiet, come F with me.
Mysterious.
You know?
Yeah, the
mysterious,
mysterious,
yeah.
strong.
And
yeah,
it's the
that's
voice. It really is
Voice,
the voice.
voice,
And you're
it
right,
is.
Shikra. It's like Shika. Sorry, I always put
Yeah.
an R in your name, but I feel so bad.
It's okay.
But it is like you can tell that they're strong leaders, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Steven does
The
channel
command,
that really
the
well.
command, the dominance, it comes through the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally.
so we
But
are
I
total.
think
Whoop. Yep. Sorry.
I think Griffin's unique in the fact that he can very much do both werewolf and vampire.
Vampire.
He's one of those few actors that can
Yes.
cross over very easily and
Oh yeah.
look the part for both and do
Yes.
both really well.
Mhm.
And that's what I really appreciate about him. Because like for example, like we just talked about, Casey is very much a vampire-ish
Vampire.
one and not necessarily a werewolf one. And Cayman,
I
Kiki,
cannot
those guys,
Cayman
I see
imagine
them more-
Cayman as a vampire.
No.
right. So yeah, Griffin is probably one of the very few, if not the only one that I can very much
Imagine
believe
him
and
Yeah.
be happy with crossing over to either one. So I
And
have to
who's
give him
also a
kudos for
great
that.
vampire one is Felix with his face.
Oh yeah.
Felix
he
always
is.
makes a really great vampire one.
He does.
For me, he was not so great in the alpha ones, in werewolf ones, because
Right.
he's too thin and his face is not like I don't know. I like him more in the vampire ones.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Underrated alpha, Ethan Kirschbaum.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he is an amazing. Well, he just hasn't been around as much lately.
I know.
Yeah,
he's
because
in
of his.
Wicked. He's
I
in
love
Wicked.
my
Wicked stuff,
Heartless
yeah.
Alpha. I love my Heartless Alpha. It's in my top 10. It's him and Rebecca, and then Nick and Molly are the like brother sister evil duo. I love that one. Yeah,
Hopefully,
but he
Ethan
is great.
Kirschenbaum will come back when the tour finishes of his
I'm sure he
musical.
will.
I'm sure he miss.
Aline,
He
did
misses
you-
us.
Did you
He
give
misses
yours?
us.
Not yet, but actually Ethan is in because my top one would be Faded at First Sight with Mark Vega and Nicole Maddox because it's an old
Yeah.
one, but it's a great
it's a
one.
classic.
Yeah.
So good.
Second one would be Please Alpha Don't Die, I Can Heal You Every Night.
Oh,
this
Kira,
one
that's
is-
also a funny one. Yeah.
I love this one. It's like Kira is so fun in this one, and it works so well with Ethan, and
Yeah.
I really love this one. And the third one would be Made It to My Rival Alpha on Viglu with Armand Procacci and Bella Morais. I don't know if I pronounce her name right. But it's a pretty recent one compared to the two other that are 2024. But the one on Viglu was really nice. It's kind of Romeo and Juliet-ish story. But what I really like is the special effect. The way they did it was really, really nice. We know that when we watched the first werewolf one last year or 2023, 2024, the
Ryan.
effect, like the
Ryan.
wolf, the wolf in the mirror stuff was
Ryan
really
with the nails
creepy.
and the fur.
Yeah,
The big
and
thing in his chest.
yeah, or the picture on the wall, on the mirror, like the reflection of the wolf was like just weird stuff that move like that, but they really improved, and for that, made it to my rival alpha is one of the best in terms of effects. They did something very different, and it worked well, and just the effect is really nice. So yeah, that would be my third one. I have a lot of others that I loved. It was very hard to come to only three. Also because I wanted to mention Eric Gilmet as an alpha because he's
Yes.
a great
Yeah.
alpha.
He's a
But
great alpha.
like I was like, I have just too much. I need to choose, and I was like, everyone knows Eric as an alpha. Like the best alpha.
Well, he
Everyone like
became
loves him.
Yeah, he won
Yeah.
the Vertiverse, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
and Informatics.
And
Yeah.
who was
Yeah,
the
like
beta in your?
the beta
Kiki.
was Kiki Frax.
Kiki.
Yeah,
Kiki
Kiki was
won
the
for
beta, and the Luna was Nicole Maddox.
Yeah.
And like, and actually, I was surprised for the final. I was expecting like Cayman versus Eric.
Noah or
And
Eric? Yeah.
yeah, Noah to me, like he did only 2 or 3, I think, werewolf, and he was not like it's not the one I remember for Noah. Like he
Yeah.
has amazing vertical, but to me, the werewolf one are not the one I will remember him for.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
to me,
exactly, yeah.
I think, but this kind of mini contest I did is only for fans, so it's popularity most of the time, and we know that Noah has a huge fan base. So
Yeah.
they will always say he's the best alpha, even though he didn't do that much alpha roles. But yeah, to me, Eric is also
Faded to the Alpha has a soft spot in my heart because I've read the books. So
Oh, okay.
It's really well made too.
is a very special alpha to me. The fact that Noah is the one who personified it, yay, because I like Noah genuinely. But Faded to the Alpha, that connection between Noah and Maria is really just great. That's magic in a bottle. And,
yeah, no, I mean,
I agree.
I'm not saying that he did bad
No,
ones.
I
just
know.
that
You're
it's-
right. He's not remembered as an alpha because even Sense
The
and
one on
Sensibility,
Big, yeah, he did
which
one
is a
on
great
Big Blue
one,
also
but
that,
you don't put it
Big Blue was a
together.
disappointment, yeah.
yeah, like it's just that to me, yeah, Noah doesn't really fit the werewolf word that much compared to some other actors that are
Yeah.
like portraying better, I think. So yeah, I love Noah, but more on like on comedy, for example, the one he did with Ashley stuff were amazing, but it's completely different genre, and I think he fit better in this one. So yeah, to me that would be the third, and Eric needs to be mentioned as an alpha. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
he does.
ladies, we are almost done for this October Halloween recap. I thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying November. Before then, the Christmas time is starting. So, as I mentioned before, we will do a Christmas vertical special for all the Christmas stuff. We will do it maybe roundabout at the beginning of December, but we will also do a November recap. Is there any show upcoming you are excited for? You saw in the previews, which hasn't been released yet?
Return to Take My Crown, in good short.
Oh yeah. Yes, that one looks interesting. New cast, like
It is.
different.
It's a brand new cast.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I
Directed
can
by
read the-
Danny.
It's directed by Danny. It's I think Steven is one of the producers.
Yep.
It's in my past life I trusted my brother and fiance until their betrayal destroyed me. My brother's girlfriend wasn't just my soon-to-be sister-in-law, she was also my fiance's secret lover. They stole my company and my life. Reborn with my memory intact, I won't be their victim again. So it may be a familiar story, but because it has fresh eyes, a great director, and new actors, I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking
like
forward
those
to the
ones.
new one of
Reborn.
Hunter Cole. I spoke with him recently and he finished. I'm not sure when it will be released, if it will be released at the end of November or maybe December. It's another cooking vertical, but he told me in the episode that it's a comedy cooking vertical
Fun.
and with a lot of kind of funny stuff where you see the cook throwing her knife, some special effects and stuff in it. So I'm very excited if this will be shown in November. Otherwise, I'm very excited if the first, hopefully, new Christmas verticals will be released at the end of November. Maybe.
Hopefully they're not released in like January. They always do that. They
Yeah,
get the
that's
timing
exactly
all
the
off.
point. Or
Yeah,
they
they get the
release it at
timing
the
all
end
off.
of December when Christmas is already done. I
know.
need Christmas verticals to get in the Christmas mood. And
Yes,
not
well, and
In
they
fact,
do.
before
otherwise I'm going to
Halloween,
start
I was
watching Hallmark.
expecting
I'm going to start going to
that.
Hallmark and watching my Hallmark verticals if they
We
don't do
can't,
any
we
Christmas.
don't
Not
have it.
Hallmark verticals, but
Yeah, we don't have it here in Germany, Hallmark.
oh,
No?
you don't
Saying
have
that
it.
before the end of October, I was expecting that show to come out, The Three Stepsons with Eric, Fabian, Emily, and
Ah, yeah, that would
Don.
be
Yeah,
Yes.
that one was a fantasy vertical. I don't know why it's still not out. It's been done since so long.
Yeah, maybe it
Well,
should
they
be
were
get out in November.
yeah, they were just like The Summer I Turned Bad was released like at the end of September. You know, like they just don't. It's fine. It's okay. Like
We will see. We can
Yeah,
get
but
excited.
it is completed since July. They've still not put it out anywhere. No promos, nothing.
huh, interesting.
We will see. Ladies, I wish you, if you're celebrating it, a happy Halloween.
And
Have a
dressing
great-
up as Santa Muerte this year for the Halloween party. Let's see how it goes.
Oh!
Oh yeah, was Santa. I should have worn my werewolf ears for this one. I have little werewolf ears.
Yes.
For my,
And
my
when we-
daughter was a werewolf last year for Halloween. Yeah.
So we will talk again nearly in a month, I think, with some November stuff. And then you can tell us, Megan, how it was at the Game of Choice premiere.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you all about it.
And the exclusive insights from the stars, you know.
Oh yeah, I get it all.
You are
they
getting now
totally-
our BTS. You
I
are
talk to
getting
them for like 2 seconds and I get a hug. And then they're like, "Oh, we love you." And then it's like, then I'm gone. It's fine.
you have your fangirl in the moments, you want to say.
Yeah, yeah. It's not, yeah, it's fun though. I'm excited to, I think I'm going to do a set tour, with a company. And anyway, it's going to be fun, a production company. And
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be fun.
thanks again for joining me for this October/Halloween recap. Have a lovely, lovely month and see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
This is a wrap on this episode, and I hope you tune in again.